I'm going to show you how to replace a control board on a dishwasher. I have a GE model. If you find this content helpful, please hit the subscribe button. So here we have our dishwasher. It's not working anymore. It was for a while, but you kept having to unplug it and plug it back in for it to turn back on. And I finally caught it in a loop where the control panel's unresponsive. I do know the control panel works in this situation, but the control board is bad. So the first thing we need to do is unplug the machine. With the machine unplugged, if your drain hose and supply line hose are long enough, then you do not need to disconnect them. But inside here, you can see how it was attached to the cabinets. I undid those, and I could pull it out because I had enough slack in the hoses. And here's the model number for parts. You can look up the control board and put what in. Here's the control board number for this specific dishwasher. Like I said, the hose and supply lines were long enough with the new control board. Kind of see how it is. Now we can get the old one out. And it's just right under this little white and metal cover, but we need to get the power supply off of it first. So in order to do that, we just do this one. We undo the one screw that you just saw me take off with my right hand. Then in here, you got to undo at least one of these and loosen the other one. And then finally, you can take this black screw off to reveal the power source. And we're just doing this because it's in the way. We just got to remove it so that we can get access to the control board. So with the power supply cover off, we can now wiggle this bracket behind it enough to get the control board out once we undo the plugs. So just undo the plugs, and you don't really need to remember because the plugs only go in a certain way to each available socket. But like I said, that's loose. That metal bracket is loose, so now we can pull the white control board housing out. With the control board exposed, we can undo the plugs on the underside. Again, the plugs only go into specific holes, so you don't really need to remember. You can take it out, and it's held onto this plastic cover with a screw, so you just undo the one screw. So with that off, you can then transfer it. Take the new one, and you can, there's a little clip on the other side. Kind of line it up with the clip, and then put the screw in. So once that is secured, you can now go back to the machine and mount it up. And you do so by working in reverse order, by plugging in the underside plugs first, because they will be hidden. So once those are in, you can now slide the white kind of cover back into place. And you saw the places for those wires, kind of alleyways. Line up the wires so they're safe, plug everything back in, put everything back together, and make sure it works. Dishwasher's working again. Bottom kick panel's on, so if you found this content helpful, please hit the subscribe button. And just a reminder, control panels do go bad, but in this case, it was the control board.